Yo, what is going on everybody, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video about Zhongli. Now I know that I'm late to this topic, but I have been busy, and to be honest, I didn't think this was something that I had to talk about at first, but after seeing the community's reaction to it and the million questions that I got asked on stream, I figured I might as well organize my thoughts for a video. What I'm talking about, of course, is the second wave of adjustments to Zhongli that will be happening in 1.3. Now, of course, those aren't official, nothing is set in stone, but the proposed change was that all enemies will receive a 20% physical and elemental debuff while near Zhongli's shield, which is amazing. So I expected the community to be happy about this, but instead people started crying about power creep. Now, power creep, for those of you who don't know, is when new content comes into a game that is simply just better than the previous content in the game. This has happened to many long-running games, and for some, it is an inescapable eventuality, just because of the way the game is designed. However, certain games like League of Legends have avoided this pretty successfully by upgrading and updating old characters that were released many years ago. I mean, League released in 2009, and the gaming landscape has completely changed since then. The standards of quality are much higher, so obviously they had to update those characters. And League also has over 200 playable characters, okay? So it's impossible for them to all be balanced all of the time. So they have what we call metas. Now, metas shift and they come and go with buffs to certain characters, nerfs to other characters, the introductions of new items, the nerfing of old items, and everything like that. And I think this is essentially what's going to happen to Genshin as well. There will be periods of time where certain characters with certain builds are much stronger than in other times because the content that will be released in that time period will favor other types of characters. Going back to the League of Legends example, that is a PvP game, so the type of challenges that you as a player will be facing is dictated by the players that you're going to be facing. It's completely unpredictable, and so the meta is a lot harder to predict. There's skill involved and everything like that, but Genshin is a gacha, so I don't think they will ever nerf a character period once they're officially released. Buffed, sure, but nerfed? After people have spent so much money on those characters? Absolutely not. Unless it's like a bug fix type of situation. This is why MiHoYo really needs to improve their breadth of testing before a character comes out, because they cannot afford another Zhongli fiasco. The community will be really upset. And Genshin is also a PvE game, so the meta shifts won't necessarily come from character nerfs or buffs anyway, but from the content that we will be using them in. Look at how quickly people resorted to different team comps that lean towards Geo after the new Abyss changes. Keep in mind that the game only has 2 out of its 7 originally proposed regions, and we're still missing an element in the first place. It is going to be a long time before Genshin has to worry about power creep, because there are simply too many archetypes that we're missing. Where's a Geo Archer? Where's the Anemo Claymore? Where's the Hydro Claymore? Where's a male Catalyst user? Where are the Dendro bosses and Pyro Hypostasis? Where's the Water region? There's too much missing, and by the time that every single possible slot gets filled up, that's when we're going to have to start worrying about, okay, well, every single possible archetype already exists, so if they release another one, it's going to be a duplicate of a previous archetype. So is that character just objectively better than the previous one? Is the next 5-star Pyro Claymore just blatantly stronger than Diluc somehow? Those are the types of situations that merit the question about power creep. But Zhongli getting a buff that makes him viable is no grounds to state that the game is going to go into power creep mode instantly. There's too much missing and too much on its way for that to matter. So unless MiHoYo really screws up and just makes like all these upcoming characters incredibly stronger than the stuff that we already have, this really shouldn't become a problem. And I don't really see them doing that in the first place. Going again back to the Pyro 5-star Claymore user that's better than Diluc, do you really see them doing that at some point? Considering how much money people wail on the permanent banner and on the event banners, hoping that their 50% off pity is Diluc? No. Do you really see them making another Venti, knowing how many people wail on his banner and how many are going to wail again on his rerun? Absolutely not. So will they make new content that favors the new characters and makes them more relevant to the meta at that specific time? Sure, they need to promote their value so people spend money on these characters, but characters becoming completely obsolete? I don't think that's going to happen by a long shot. Not to mention that this game is all about elemental reactions, so new characters will have synergies with previous ones, and the variety of parties is going to keep evolving, and eventually we're going to be able to create very similar team comps or effective team comps for all of our main carries without having to overlap characters characters or use the same character on multiple parties. But hey, wasn't this video about the Zhongli buff? Well, partially, yes. So why do I think Zhong's buff is not power creep? Despite miHoYo's efforts, Zhongli's kit is still broken. His abilities don't really synergize well with each other, he doesn't generate energy, he is considerably weaker without his constellations, unlike the other 5 stars. Like, the other 5-star constellations make them stronger, Zhongli's constellations make him average. His signature weapon missed the mark really badly, and although this buff will help you make Zhongli a DPS, why would you try and invest so much into doing that when you can just swap to another character and all of a sudden they're just doing what they were already doing, but better? Like, what sounds more sane and more reasonable? Using the new geo changes and the changes to Zhongli's shield to build him as a physical DPS and geo nuker type character, investing all of these high level artifacts and different builds, leveling up a 5-star weapon for him, or literally just slapping him onto any team and all of a sudden your main carry just has a shield and deals more damage than they were already doing. Like, honestly, why would you try to do that? You wouldn't. Unless you like Zhongli that much, or if you already have a bunch of stuff invested into him. In my opinion, the buff just makes him an insanely valuable support, and that truly gives him the title of a 5-star character. Because now you have a support that can give you a tanky shield, he can CC enemies for a couple of seconds, and it helps you do more damage. So it's pretty good, but is he better than Venti or Mona? I don't think so. He might be better than Albedo in certain comps, but Albedo serves a completely different purpose. Albedo's a battery, and they also go perfect with each other after the geo buff changes, so they can also be used in the same party. So it's not really a replacement for Albedo if literally one of the best things to come out of this is their synergy together. All in all, I think that it's a lazy band-aid workaround to fixing Zhongli, but it's kind of a welcome one, at least from me, and this doesn't really fix him, but it at least makes him stronger and much more viable than he already was, and we're not going to get a real Zhongli unless they completely rework his kit and they decide, okay, he's full DPS or his full support, which at this point, it's just never going to happen, so this is all we're ever going to get, so it ain't so bad. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts. Let me know what your opinions are in the comment section below, or join the discussion on my Discord. The link will be in the description as always. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I want to thank my patrons for their continuous support, and a very, very special shout out to Coco. They did an absolutely amazing piece of art for me that I did not expect whatsoever. It's merch as a Genshin character, and it looks absolutely insane, and I just wanted to thank them again. Thank you. This is so near and dear to my heart. You don't even understand how much this means to me. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.